University in Lawrence this afternoon heard a series of speeches, then dispersed for a song fest at Potter's Lake on campus. A nude swim-in was scheduled, and while a few students did take a dip, all were clothed. The students are apparently upset over the lack of promotions for two instructors who've been involved in recent student disturbances. This morning, the student leaders had called for a strike of the classrooms, but that was totally ineffective.
This was seen as a clamp by the regents on the university.
The strike was supposed to achieve
free politics and free speech for students and teachers. That's all.
Well, I think Senator Schultz and all his bullshit should go to hell. Because, I mean, he's 40 years behind the times, and he's trying to hold down the city. I mean, he's trying to hold down the university under the palm of his hand. I mean, you know, dictatorship is no longer here, you know, and like one person only has so much influence.
I do have a son on campus, and I have been very disturbed at the radical things that have been going on. I have hoped that he was no part of it. He is here for an education. He's not here to be a part of any strike or any disruption of any kind.
Get them to thinking and get them to aware that there is a problem. And I think once we do this, and then something's going to happen, you know. Somebody's going to have to die first.
Tonight on the KU campus, Radical Abby Hoffman is a guest speaker. Chancellor Chalmers says the university is preparing for a repetition of last night's rock throwing and firebombing incident. One of those firebombings resulted in minor damage to the Anchor Savings and Loan Office in downtown Lawrence, with other minor damage reported at several KU buildings.
Abby Hoffman kind of stood for everything that was countercultural. Breaking the rules, there were no rules.
That shirt is on its way to the Supreme Court.
Really? Sure.
Yeah, that's, I got 30-day sentence for that. There've been 50 people arrested. That's illegal. Well, I'm not sure about it. It's a question of whether the law is against defacing and defiling, and although defacing is understand, defiling is more or less a state of mind. So if you're a hippie or a black, it's assumed that your state of mind is one that's not in the country's best interest, so you're arrested.
He kind of carried the whole charisma of the movement with him. He was kind of like a rock star without the guitar.
It ain't all like it was up on that hill. I was up there about 5 hours ago to marshmallow strike up on the hill, sitting around. Wearing flag shirts, or inciting riots, or smoking pot. All depends who's doing it. It's all catch-22. And people who are fighting for liberation, they're gonna get sent to fucking court. People that are preserving the power are gonna get sent on USO tours and sent to Washington, made presidents. Every fucking law is like that, even murder. If you got a fucking uniform in this country, you can murder. Dig it? Well, one IBM office in New York is blown up on the same day. 100,000 tons of bombs that dropped in Southeast Asia. Nobody says that's violent. That's a natural, civilized war. I ain't on a guilt trip, and none of the people are. That's bullshit trip, and I don't believe it. People fight. People fight in the way they know how. And don't let anybody push you around. That kind of division is never gonna work. We're all the same. We're all in the same boat.
Here comes Abby Hoffman, and he really is an outside agitator, and he really is, really does get the soldiers, the troops stirred up. Come on, get off your asses, he says.